you a fan of the Dragon Ball Super card game? If so, check out QueenCityGaming.com for sealed product, singles, and more. Just use promo code MafubaJar-10 to save 10% off your order every time.
Welcome back to Mafuba Jar. We've been sitting away for another awesome deck profile. And today, guys, I'm going to be profiling for you all what I believe is to be one of the most fun decks that we have gotten from the draft box, and honestly just one of the most fun decks that I've ever played in this game, period. That's going to be the Baby Vegeta deck, or, I'm sorry, Vegeta Baby. How did they mess that up? I have no idea how they messed that up, guys. Vegeta Baby, there we go. I don't know why they picked that name. Anyways, so this is the leader that came out of the recent Draft Box 3, and it's really, really powerful. It's debatably the most powerful one that we've gotten out of the entire draft box. That's very debatable along with Krillin too, because Krillin's also extremely powerful as well. It's one of the most powerful ones. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at him. He's a red leader. He is Saiyan and Machine Mutants. Even though we have a baby leader already from set 4, it's only a Saiyan when it's awakened. So the fact that all around this is a Saiyan and Machine Mutant everywhere is why most people prefer to play this one. So the auto is when this card attacks a leader card, draw a card. We're seeing that a lot now. And his activating is once per turn, choose one card of your life, add it to your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 5,000 power for the duration of a turn. So this is perfect for knocking out small 1-drops out there while still self-awakening yourself as well. So you take a life and you draw when you attack. So it's essentially Krillin, where it just gets that insane card advantage, which is really, really awesome. He awakens at 4 life when you restand 2 energy. And then we get into Saiyan-powered Vegeta Baby. The artwork on this one just looks amazing. And the autos when his card attacks, draw a card, of course. And the activate man is once per turn, choose one of your battle cards, and it loses 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. If you do so, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and they lose 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. When things power reaches 0, it's knocked out completely. So you'll most likely end up being knocking out one of your battle cards for this, but you get to lower down your opponent's battle cards as well. That comes in handy for a lot of cards in this deck, and I have gotten a way around the 15k thing. Well, I've kind of have a way around it. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. And yeah, just really, really fun deck here at all. And like I said, it's both Saiyan and Machine Mutant, so it can take advantage of both the support out there. So that's really, really awesome. Alright. First up here is what I believe to be one of the most powerful things for Baby. And one of the reasons why this deck has the potential that it does is Revenge Death Ball. Insanely powerful. So red 1-drop and activate battle. If your leader card is a red baby, it gains 10,000 power for the duration of the battle. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it loses 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. So this is really, really awesome because you play this card, right? And if one of your opponent's battle cards attacks you that has 15,000 or less, it's automatically knocked out with this. And the ruling is that when it comes to comboing, yeah, sure, they can have a lot of cards comboed, but the ruling is that all that additional power does not apply to the very end of your opponent's combo phase. So if they're at 15k, even if they've comboed out, this will still apply to the base 15, and it'll still be knocked out because the combo power has not been applied yet. So that's really, really awesome. Only thing is, I'm not 100% sure how this interacts with Senzu Bean. I think since Senzu Bean's worded that it's for the duration of the turn, I think that happens immediately. Again, I think, because this happens immediately, so I'm going to assume the Senzu Bean happens immediately as well. That's going to be my reasoning behind it. If you guys find out otherwise, please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. I don't want to give you guys any false information. But seeing as how this would apply immediately with the minus, I imagine Senzu Bean applies immediately with the plus, because they're both activate battle. So, again, that's just my 2 cents on that matter. But yes, combos do not apply until after everything's resolved. Alright, another extra card I run that's really powerful is Val Revenge. Activate main. If your leader cards are red Machine Mutant, so you could use this with any of the Machine Mutant leaders, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it loses 15,000 power for the duration in a turn. Yeah, so this card is really powerful against like those small blockers and androids. These two cards are so deadly against androids because most androids do not have barrier. In fact, I think the only android that has barrier before set 5. Before that, because I'm recording this now before set 5 has been released. I know we're supposed to be getting more androids with barrier, but currently before set 5 is released, the only android that has barrier is the Android 17 from the Ultimate Box. So if they Cell Chain you and you somehow manage to keep 2 of these, 2 of those are going to knock out a Cell immediately. And these are 0 cost. You literally pay nothing to play this card, which is amazing. This knocks out that Android 17 blocker that could restand itself at the end of their turn. It just knocks out so many things. That's what Machine Mutants do. They just reduce power, therefore knocking it out. Sorry. And this is something that Red has desperately needed for so long. So it's really cool that we have a Red archetype now in Machine Mutants that can really do it efficiently. They were first came out in set 3, and they were kind of a local thing, but they didn't have enough support to really stand out, but they do now. They definitely do now. Alright, sorry about that. Let's go on with our deck here. It's gonna be now next up here is gonna be our super combo for Handy Giru. When your life's at 4 or less, you look cards red, life's at 4, draw a card and gains 10k. The Servatos literally does not matter. They do the exact same thing. I just chose Giru because it just goes with the Machine Mutant stuff since he is a Machine Mutant. That's all. But no, for this deck, it literally does not matter which one. Especially for this version of the deck that I'm playing. And next up here, we have 3 copies of Unbreakable Son Goku. Combo with this, draw a card. So it's basically another super combo, which almost every deck plays. Just too good. And of course, we have our 2 Champa in the deck. I would run more if I had the room for it, but I find 2's been working for me just fine. Because I'm not really in a rush to end the game. I'm just trying to destroy everything. So that's my reasoning behind that. Alright. Now for this card here, which, as I said earlier, this kind of gets around the Awakened side. And this is Time's Choice Supreme Kai Time. Overwhelm 3, and the auto is when you play this card using Overwhelm, look at it up to the top 3 cards of your deck, choose 1 battle card among them, add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this looks at the top 3 for any battle card. That's insane. And how this kind of gets around this effect right here, to where you choose up to 1 of your battle cards and it loses 15k, what you do is that once he's awakened, you play Supreme Kai first. You either attack or don't. It really doesn't matter which one you do. You could either attack their leader or attack a battle card first. Ooh, sorry about that. So yeah, the way I get around it is that since this isn't, you play with Overwhelm, it's gonna go to the warp anyway. So if you use the baby Vegeta to reduce this to 0 and knock it out and minus 2 other cards by 10k, it really doesn't hurt you at all because, again, you would have lost this card anyways. So that's kind of the way as I said, it kind of gets around it because it's a Doom card anyway. I don't ever use that activate main unless I'm able to bring this out. Or, of course, I really need to reduce some battle card power. Alright, next up here we have 4 copies of Digging Deep Vegeta. And the auto is once per turn. When this card attacks, you may choose up to 2 cards from your life, add them to your hand, and you restand the Vegeta, and he gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. Even though this can already self-awaken, I do like having this card in here because it makes it happen so much quicker. Because against certain decks, you just want to go heavy hitting, end the game as quick as possible, and this will definitely help you do that. Alright, next up here, running a card that a lot of people seem to have just overlooked. Virtuous Strength Gohan. Its purpose is if your leader card is red, this card can attack battle cards that are in active mode, so a great way to deal with blockers and all the stuff like that. During your turn, when this card knocks out an opponent's battle card, inflict 1 damage to your opponent. So you knock out a blocker, they take a life. You attack a Vegito, and you're able to combo more than they can, knock it out, and they take a life. So really good. Really good against Hercule as well, because attack one of their battle cards, and sure, they could try to combo out of it, but the whole skill to where you combo with something to draw a card, that only applies when Hercule is the one who's battling. That does not apply for their battle cards. So this and the Miraculous Comeback Gohan are great ways around the Hercule. Just really, really good. And next up, some more red staples. 3 copies of Burst Attack Son Gohan. Attack via 4 or less, draw 2, and he's critical. Too good not to run, especially if you come off with the Champas in your deck. Just amazing. And another red staple for Seeing Hit. Send 2 cards from your hands to Warp, Double Strike. Just a good time for you. Not a good time for them, but a great time for you. Alright, and our last battle cards here is going to be 1 Scientist Few and 1 copy of Mass Sand, the Mysterious Warrior. Now, I've tried either taking this out for 2 Few or taking this out for 2 Mass Sand. And they could work, but I like having a variety in there. Because you really only get to ever use these guys once. Since, I mean, you do get rid of cards into the drop, but it's at a much slower rate. And most of the time you are using Supreme Kai Time when you overrun anyway. So you do get these off, it's just not as quickly or often. These are more like late game finishers, or this if you just need the additional draw. And this being able to remove cards from your opponent's battle area to Warp is always great, because that's all about what Machine Mutants are. They're just destruction, and this helps out with that quite a bit. Alright, now for our extra cards. Gonna be running 4 copies of Objection. Now with leaders like Baby Vegeta and Krillin, Objection is perfectly fine. Because the problem with Objection with all the other leaders is that like it negs cards from your hand. Like you lose card advantage with that, which is a big deal in this game. But with the card advantage you gain from leaders like this, Krillin, and even the green Goku leader from the Draft Box 3, you're adding a life to your hand and drawing a card all at the same turn. So you're getting so much card advantage that it doesn't matter if you have to use another one for more energy. It just helps your game state go by so much quicker. And of course, since we're running blue, we're going to be running 4 copies of Senzu Bean. Too good. Just too much of a powerful card. One of your cards gains 5k power for the duration of the turn, then you restand 2 energy. So really, really good. And of course, we're going to be running our free negate here, which is going to be Whis' Coercion. So essentially what it is a free negate. And our last 2 cards is going to be Unending Awakening. And since Baby is a red Saiyan, this can apply to him. So where you negate an attack and your leader card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So, as I said, I recorded this pre-set 5. Even with set 5 though, I wouldn't really change much of this. Like, I'm definitely not going to be using the after image here. I might, but I'm not going to replace Unending Awakening with it. Because after image technique, even though, yeah, I could activate it, even though if I'm tapped out, it's technically not a negate. Because even though there's a lot of power boost and your opponent loses power, it's still not a negate. Which, even though most likely they're not going to hit you, they can still combo. They can still play their super combo cards to draw and all that stuff. So, I might add it in here just as a free negate option, just in case I tap myself out. Because at least it's better than nothing. But I would not be replacing any of my negates with the after image. That's just, no. I wouldn't do that personally. And yeah, this is my version of Baby Vegeta. The more popular version is the one that focuses on the Baby Vegeta engine, where like the Baby Union Absorb and the Vegeta GT cards, all that stuff that we got in set 4. That's the much more popular version. I tried that version, don't get me wrong, it's fun. That version is so much fun, but I feel like just this version of the deck just has more answers to what's out there in the meta. Because it's great that you just continuously use the loop over and over again, but I personally feel that this is not the leader for that. I think Dr. Mew is a far better leader if you want to go that route. That's just my personal opinion though. So, if you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And look forward to many more awesome deck profiles, especially involving set 5. And they're going to be so awesome. I cannot wait for this set. As I said, this video might already be out by the time set 5 is released, but at time of recording, it has not been released yet. So I'm definitely excited for that. Can't wait to build all those decks. And yeah, That's about all I've got to say on that matter for today. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and you have all been released.